Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel for Flosstube number 33. It's been weird. I am in my pyjamas already. It is only like 2:45 in the afternoon-ish. But me and Ellie went on a wool mission this morning. Normally, I'm pretty good when it comes to judging how much wool I'm going to need for the blankets that I do. So I found this yellow because I have an absolute ton of wool in my house in several different locations. So I found this yellow wool and it was perfect. And I kind of weighed it up when I looked at it. Look at the picture I was going to do, look at the wool I had in my hand. And I came to the conclusion that I would have enough wool. I got to here on Winnie the Pooh. I'd just done his chin and his mouth. And I looked at the wool I'd got left. I had 4, we'll call them bobbins. They're pegs, but, you know, bobbins for the sake of it. I had 4 bobbins left. And they weren't loaded with this yellow wool. And I still had the rest of his head to do, plus his arms, because he's got his arms in the air. I haven't got enough. Now on to my second mistake. I decided, because I know where the wool came from, I know which shop, but I didn't know the brand and I didn't know the colour, because every ball of wool's got its own colour, hasn't it? So I went online. Never, ever, ever, if you're looking for a specific kind of colour, never do it online. You can't see the colours properly. Seriously, you can't see the colours properly. However it looks online is not always how it looks when it arrives to you. And here is a prime example of that. I went online because I think the ball of wool was a Stylecraft ball. I think. I'm not 100%. But I went on to lovecrafts.co.uk. I think it's co.uk. And I found this Stylecraft ball of wool that said Sunshine Yellow. I thought, you know what? That actually, when I was comparing it online to what I got in my hand, the blanket, it was pretty close. Right, bearing in mind I said it's sunshine, it's orange. That looks yellow in the camera, but it's not. It's orange. Winnie the Pooh's not orange. Anyway. I went back onto Lovecrafts. I'll use it anyway, so there's no point sending it back. Pass me one of them pegs, please. I went onto Lovecrafts and I had another look, and there was this other ball of wool. There's one in the yellow bag thing, Ellie. There's one in... There was another ball of wool anyway. I don't even know where I was going with that. And I figured, well, if it looks darker when it arrives than what it looks online, this one should do the trick. I've started crocheting the blanket and I absolutely hate it. I hate it. The yellow on the blanket that I'd already started, see, even that still looks a bit orange. Ellie said it looks like it's got a bit of peachy colour to it as well. Anyway, I got Winnie the Pooh's feet and the bottom of his belly done. I haven't touched it since. I don't like it. So the only other option was to go to, I've got a wool shop down the bottom, but he only sells robin and it's limited colours. And the poor bloke who owns the it's not a laundrette, dry cleaning service, that's what it is. He has like an extra little bit in his shop where he sells like household stuff, like, you know, your washing line, your pegs. And then he's got this corner that's all robin wool, but he's colourblind. So whatever wool he picked up this week, he might not pick up next week because he never always checks the ball bands for numbers. So going to him was no good. So the next option was me and Ellie go on a bike ride and go to Wellington, which is sort of an half-an-hour bike ride for us. It's not a bad one. It's a few uphills. But I haven't been on my bike in 4 years. Easy. We went for that option anyway. I apologise for the interruption. Riley's trying to whisper to me from the doorway. I'll speak to him when I'm done. We went with the bike ride option anyway. That was hard work. Oh my days. You can tell I've not been on my bike in 4 years. I found muscles I forgot I had. It was a nightmare. Anyway, we went to the shop in Wellington. It's freezing outside. Freezing. There's a really strong wind. Even though the sun's out, there's a really strong wind. And when you're riding, you're sweating. And it's a nightmare. So as soon as I got back, I was freezing. So me and Ellie jumped in the shower. Not together, obviously. We both had a shower and then got some dinner. And we both got our pyjamas on because we were both exhausted. So that was my day today. And I brought some more wool. And I'm starting the blanket for a 3rd time. This time, I am not starting it again. It will be finished. But I will get onto that at the end of the video because right now you're here for cross stitch. I hope you guys have been having a lovely week. As it's been a bit hit and miss with the weather. So, you know, one day we've got the wash and dry, the next day not. And poor Tyler got soaking wet on his paper round. But anyway, we'll just crack on. The first thing I worked on this week is my... Oh, you turned on me. My linen and thread sampler. The friends and family. There goes the light again. So it's this section. You can't really tell actually because the light. This dark section here. So you've got this little thing, that little tree looking thing. This and this. Which is all of September's. Let's just move that. Flip that over. I haven't done a great deal. But I have done... How do some people manage this? I have done the little tree thing here. Or was that? No, that's last month's. Not that tree thing. This. I'm doubting myself now. You've took it off, haven't you? Doesn't matter. Oh well. We'll ignore that then because I'm not sure. But I've definitely done this, and started this last emblem on the side. I did have a bit more done, but I realised I'd actually looked at the pattern and I'd started it on that one, but I'd done it up here. And then I carried on copying the pattern that was correct on the up here. So complete mess up, but I was doing it. I was taking the bit that was up here and I'd actually stitched it down here. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, I had to unpick, so otherwise I would have been a bit further along. And I've only got to finish that. It's quite a big one there. I've only got to finish that for September's. October's is like around the corner now, so I'm trying to stay in front, but it all looks lovely, doesn't it? I'm still in love with it. And it's not all bunched together too tightly, which I like. That, by the way, is stitched on 20 count Ada using DMC 115 garnet. So the second thing and the last thing I worked on this week was Riley's. Try and get the light off it. Wow, just show. You can see all my craft stuff right over there, look. We'll get off that. That's the Avengers of Riley's. Now, the only reason I've sort of really got a lot done on this week is because there's a lot of black. So what I chose to do is because sometimes, and I know everyone's the same, they like what we call mindless stitching. So you haven't got to think about it. You haven't got to follow the pattern or anything too much. So what I did, let's move this over. I went down the bottom because I told you last week I gridded the whole thing. And I went on Pattern Keeper, and all of these with the mark, the pen mark in them, they're full squares of black. And so were these. So I marked all the ones that are just black, and I took it upstairs and I just sat and stitched while watching Flosstube. So there's 1,026 stitches. There's 1,000 here, but I did do a tiny bit more up here first, right before I made the decision, okay, I'm going to jump down. So you can kind of tell how big it's going to be. This is 18 count Ada and stitched in all DMC, and the pattern is from Tilton Crafts, which I have never been able to find again. Weirdly, I go on the website, but it's not there. You can pull yours back up now. So that's all my stitching. Now I will move on to Ellie's. She's had a bit of a week where I think she's tired. She's wanted to, but not. So she's done a little bit and then put it away. That's fine. I haven't done much either. I've been doing blankets. So back to linen and you pulled up the right one. Linen and threads. Month number 1 in January. She really hasn't done too much, but every stitch counts. So yeah, that way. She's nicked my other hoop now. I think I need to buy some more. Oh dear, I'm gonna sneeze. All she's done is this little motif here, excuse me, this thing here, and just that little motif there.
I know blue.
Yeah, I did that one. I'm on it. She won't let me forget anything, trust me. But isn't it looking lovely, the light blue and the bluey green? I don't know. And she managed somehow, no idea how, pull a strand through from the back. I think she's tried to sew them in and it's not worked, and then it's pulled, you can see it really well there, and it's pulled through. So you've got to try and figure out where it's come from and pull it back so I can sew it in. That's on 14 count Ada, by the way.
Yeah.
I happen to have an abundance of it. The second thing she worked on was the freebie I printed off from Forest Embroidery. It's called Emerald City. And one of the ladies I follow, who follows me, Alma, she did point out, I hadn't really noticed, and neither had Ellie. Ellie was impatient, so didn't want to wait for some green fabric. So she took out my 14 count Ada, but it's white. And Alma, bless her, pointed out that this dress at the bottom here is white. Is that going to be a problem? So I showed Ellie last night. She says it's okay. We'll change it. She likes purple. So she's going to go for purple. I'm surprised you didn't go for blue. Blue's your favourite colour. She's changed her mind. I shouldn't have said nothing. So yeah, we're going to change it. Thank you, Alma, by the way. She's another Flosstuber on here called Alma's Little Wonders. She's amazing. She's got so many cross stitches, hasn't Ellie's jealous. How does she have so many and still keep up, she says. But she does. She does an amazing job. So we are going to change that, Alma. So thank you very much. I hadn't noticed, if I'm honest. Where did it go? Here we go. Yet again, she hasn't done much. She's just carried on a little bit. She picked up the, I believe it was the linen and thread mystery sampler first, and then she did a few stitches and then just decided, no, I don't want to work on that, and pulled this one out. And I think, is it just that bit you did? The bit next to it as well? She can tell you.
A little bit there, that, and the whole thing then.
All right then. There you go then. This is stitched in all the colours it recommends in DMC.
Wow.
I think you can opt for some Krynic too. So there's not much, and she's tucking all her needles behind her needle minders. She absolutely loves them. Then she's actually done more than me this week, as in different projects. Show the picture. This one is the Gloomy House one from Etsy. That's the picture. Looks lovely on there, but she didn't like the background, so she went for grey. It's that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hope so. Where's your needle now?
Wait.
Is it that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's above the window, isn't it? She started in the middle. I don't think I've ever done that, but I might next time I do a big heaven and earth. So all she's done is like this little bit here, which is like the bit above the window. No light. Let's swap hands. You can, yeah. that light blue up there above the window, that's where she started. And she's actually doing all right. I think she's enjoying this one. But when she started it, she got through her first strand of thread, pulled out another one. She did a few stitches and then said to me later on, can you count them so I can mark them down? Of course. I counted them, and you know when you look at something and you kind of think something doesn't look right here? It didn't occur to me at all. It was evening though, you know. And then the next day she come to get it out. She tried stitching with it. She went, is there one strand here or two? And I took a look and I leaned across. She got 4 strands. That's what was wrong with it the evening before. These top few stitches here where she'd started a new thread was 4 strands. She'd taken 2 together, folded them in half, because it's easier for her to start if she folds a piece in half and uses the loop method. But she'd actually taken 2 strands and folded them in half. So I had to unpick again. But she got it right in the end. She was a little miffed with herself at first. But, you know, she moved on and got it done. Anyway, right. That's it stitching wise. Guys, I tell you, I've got to unpick that blanket and it is grieving me, seriously. If only I could find the brand of wool and the right colour, I wouldn't have to restart it. But anyway, I'll show you where I got to before I realised. Look. Curl. His mouth. Get away. Willie the Pooh's mouth. He's got his arms going up the sides. But I had 4 of those and that's it. That's about the amount that was on him actually. To finish his head, which is, you know, like this wide, and his 2 little ears, and both arms. This one's quite wide, that one not so much. But yeah, I got that far before I realised. And that's a perfect colour for Willie the Pooh as well. So I was gutted. I have started again. Like I said, I did his feet and I did his belly, and I don't like it. So now I've got to unpick that one. I got to unpick this one, but I really, 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 really don't want to. It's covered in fluff. I even took this in a waterproof bag in case it rained, because we were meant to have showers today, on my bike all the way to Wellington to see if I could match this colour. They don't sell the brand that I think it is. So I might hang on to it, see if I can. I hate undoing anything, especially when I put that many hours worth of effort into it. I forgot to kick me one of those. I know. Kick me one of those.
Kick it.
Yeah. I'm not playing football then. This was the only colour I could get. But that's actually not too bad. It's better than that. Oh, now it shows up as orange because the yellow's next to it. See, that said sunshine yellow. My son's yellow, not orange. So we won't be using that one then. So yeah, I've got 2 balls now just to make sure. But I really, really don't want to undo it. I hate undoing. I don't know what I'd do with it if I ever did finish it, being as I've got that one over there that I'm about to unpick and
restart.
Yeah. So that brings me on to plans for next week. I've set myself a goal purely because I had a phone call from my son yesterday. We had a quick video chat. I say phone call, it wasn't, it was video chat. And he said, Mom, she's in slow labour. I instantly went, tell her she's not having it yet because I'm not finished. He laughed. She laughed as well. And he's like, why, what haven't you finished? Well, I'll show you, but don't show her because it's a surprise. She loves Winnie the Pooh. So my plan for this week, well, this week coming, by next Friday, because she's in slow labour. They said it can take 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to try and finish it for next Friday. I don't know how much stitching I will get done in that time, but the blanket is going to be done by next Friday. Because I'm going to push myself now. Now that I've told you guys I'm going to have it finished by next Friday, I stand well to have it finished by next Friday. Anyway, I got hair in my face. It's tickling me. Anyway, that is it for this week. I don't think there is anything else. I don't think I've really touched anything else. Because I've just been so, not depressed about the blanket, but annoyed. That's the word, annoyed. And I get annoyed with myself and then I just don't want to do anything. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and leaving your comments, your lovely comments. Me and Ellie sit and read through them together. I appreciate it. She certainly appreciates it, and it gives her the motivation to kind of pick things up in the week and carry on. So leave as many comments as you like, guys, you know. Have a fantastic weekend if you can. Mine's going to be completely filled with blanket. Yep. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, guys. And I will catch you on Wednesday for my whip and chat. If not, next Friday for Flosstube, when I will have a finished blanket. Sorry, guys. I've had to cut this video together now because obviously my bike ride this morning has turned my brain to mush because I completely forgot. And I don't know how, because they're so gorgeous. We also had, I say we because that is me and Ellie, had some friend mail arrive this week. And I happened to be just cleaning my grocery shopping and putting it all away at the time when the postman delivered it. So I got it out, cleaned it, wiped the envelopes, popped it open, and then I realised what they were, so I left them. And this is what, let me grab the label. These came for us this week. One of my amazing subscribers, Paula, she happened to ask me last week what mine and Ellie's favourite colours were. Now I've seen them through the bubble wrap, and I happen to say Ellie's a real fan of blue and I like either purple or teal. I like both. And these amazing things arrived, and it's gorgeous. You even get the shimmer on the one side. Right there, look. Oh, and again. They're amazing. Absolutely amazing. Comfortable too. Oh, wow. So let's open mine. Beautifully packaged, by the way. And it is a UK seller, and I forgot to mention. I'll put the name of the Facebook group in the description box because, oh wow, because I can't remember it was. And this, oh my goodness, they are gorgeous and so comfortable. That's got to be better than using the little pink pens, because that's all I've been using lately. Oh my goodness. She's done a fantastic job. And Paula, I'm so grateful. Thank you ever so much. You really made Ellie's day. And mine. But Ellie, wow. Only because we saw what they were through the bubble wrap. I took them out the envelope and I realised what they were. And that's when I said, we're not going to open them, not till Friday. And then I did my video and I forgot to add this in. So thank you, Paula. I think Ellie just wants to diamond paint now. So thank you ever so much. Not that I expect anything off anybody, but bless her. Thank you so much, Paula. That was amazing. Okay, guys, I'm really going now. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, it's Friday, isn't it? Enjoy your weekend, not the rest of it. Stay safe, be happy, and I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.